Lamar, coming off a game like this, is one of my favorite players to deal with, quite frankly, because he's just competitive. He just wants to win, and we're always looking for ways to get him the ball. Obviously, sometimes for him, he can't see what's going on in the backfield and some of the challenges that face back there, but I'm sure if that interaction was on site, it just comes from a place where I want to help the team win. I can help the team win, help me help the team win, and I love that about him.
A thin air on Monday night. Something in my tummy tells me things ain't right. 5 flags, now I'm starting to sweat. Mike Brown is asleep, hasn't fired me yet. But I can't run, I can't pass. My offensive line is consistently ass. And I can't coach, I can't scheme. Only thing I do is encourage my team.
Welcome, number 1, Bengals podcast. I'm your host, Luke. I'm joined as always by Dr. Roger and the Cincinnati Bengals are officially not winning anymore. They are 2-2. That's 2 straight losses that everybody saw coming.
And more to come. And it's nice to know in this day and age when you can't be excited about the Cincinnati Bengals, you can be excited about the sound effect of our subscribe button.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It sounds like you're being forced to board a spaceship. But seriously, Daddy-O, I think I speak for many Bengals fans in saying that my heart is broken, my throat is choking. And I just feel like there ain't no hope for this Bengals team at all this year. And I don't. But there's one thing I hope. There's one thing that I think that could come out of positive. And you never would have heard this from me, not before today.
Okay.
And that is that they have to fire Zac Taylor now. Right now.
Finally.
And now is the time, Daddy-O, and I'll tell you why now is the time. First of all, because by firing him now, you get to learn automatically if anybody else from the coaching staff can step up and fill his shoes without you having to hire externally. That's the first thing.
Right.
Second thing, there was a movie. It stars Sean Connery and I think Nicolas Cage. And Sean Connery said one thing that you do is you hit the ground and it makes the snakes come out. So what you do by firing Zac right now is, guess what? You get other coaches who might be interested. Their ears are pricked. They're listening. Right. So they might be, you're spreading the word that we need a head coach. And third, last, liability, culpability. It's something that the Bengals have not had enough of with their head coaches. Now is the time. Show Bengals fans that there is someone responsible at the top. I love Coach Zac. I don't think he's 100% the problem, but I think you have to go down with the ship as the captain.
Well, I would say about Zac Taylor that there's been a lot of negativity about him, but I just want to remind people he only had 3 straight delay of game penalties. Most of the plays, he did not have a delay of game.
That's true. Most of the game was on time.
Most of the game was on time.
Yeah.
Most of the game, he had the right amount of people on the field. He had the offensive players when we were on offense, defense player on defense. I mean, there is a lot about coaching that he does know.
And what a lot of our fans might know is how Daddy-O's way of talking about things is very passive-aggressive. So right now, what he's really saying is that it is very unusual, and it is, for a coach to have so many delays of game, so many wrong people on the field, so many flubs and flabbergasts and flaming errors.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. The biggest issue is that the offense is one of 2 things without Joe Burrow. It is either dink and dunk, we can't do anything, we can't get our star receivers doing anything, or it's Jake Browning maybe has like 2 or 3 big plays to the big receivers, but he also has like 4 interceptions. And there's no in between. There's no, actually being productive and taking care of the ball. There's no such thing as that without Joe Burrow.
No.
And that screams problem with the scheme, a problem with the play calling, everything, head to toe. Yeah. But really, we have a lot of people who are, they want a real offensive-minded coach that can work with Joe Burrow and can actually.
Yeah.
They're talking about, the guy Brady from LSU, and we've seen that other teams have taken these offensive minds and had a lot of success. Bengals are just one of those teams that did not. They took a Sean McVay kind of a student. It didn't work out. But guys like, Ben Johnson, who was on the Lions, who are playing next, he goes to Chicago, they're doing a little bit better. So it does work out most of the time.
Well, the problem with the Bengals is, we've gotten this from some of the comments, is the Bengals head coach has to be more than a head coach because we don't have the real proper GM. They have to placate the Brown family and tolerate the cheapness while at the same time basically winning, and sometimes winning without sufficient spending on the field, spending in the lunchroom, spending in getting players. So there are not a lot of people that can do that. Marvin Lewis was a gentle lamb of a man, and he could. Zac Taylor is the consummate diplomat, and he's the charmer, the smarmer, right? But that's the problem. You're not going to bring in, what's the guy from San Diego? I forgot his name. The Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim. Yeah. You're not going to bring in a Jim Harbaugh to Cincinnati. It just wouldn't work with the culture.
Right.
You're not going to bring. It's got to be someone who is is got that kind of go with the flow. It's okay. I know we're cheap. They got to have that attitude, right? And that's why I think the number one candidate will be someone on the coaching staffs, and I think Mike Simmons is the one personally. Is that his name?
Well, I would say here's the thing. I want to shift gears just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because look, the defense was the problem last year. Unfortunately, if we had this year's defense last year, we would have made the playoffs. We could have gone deep into the playoffs, I think. But this year, defense is making plays here and there. They're not getting a lot of pressure. They're still struggling, but they're good enough if we have a high flying offense that they can keep up. So the offense is really a problem.
Big problem.
And Jake Browning is not a starting QB, and we know that because
even if he were on this team, you have to be better than starting.
Well, I think if you take any average starter with these guys, with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, he's going to look above average.
No, because of the offensive line that you see.
Right.
That's the problem. The team is designed for Joe Burrow. So the team is designed. The only guy who could come in here and probably do better than Joe Burrow or as good as Joe Burrow is Lamar Jackson. You need someone who can really run around and throw the ball and do that. You can't have the classic, Seth Huck kind of quarterback.
Yeah.
Are you calling somebody?
No.
Oh, okay.
But okay, so that is true. But what I'm saying is, it's an entire season. There's an entire season that's left, and with that, what that means is, we can't just throw it away. So a lot of people are saying, should we trade for a QB? And they're like, why would we waste a draft pick? That's such Bengals thinking. What if we lose a 6th round draft pick? Well, it's a whole season.
Yeah.
If a 6th round draft pick can get you a QB who comes in, wins half the games, and then lets Joe Burrow come in and take us to the playoffs, it's worth way more than a 6th round draft pick.
It's worth it because you don't know how much longer Joe Burrow is going to be healthy on this team.
Yeah.
You can't rely. You can't just keep pushing things to next year.
Exactly.
So 100%.
Is,
now is the time to win. You still don't have a losing record.
So which QB?
I think everybody knows which QB.
There is rumors that they're interested in Russell Wilson. Yeah, there was rumors about that.
He's great.
I mean, he's not great anymore.
He's
but
great.
I actually think on this team he'd be a really good fit. He has the deep ball.
Yeah.
He he's done it before.
He's a quick thinker.
He looked okay on the Steelers, and we're way better. In terms of the weapons, we're way better.
Yeah.
So a lot of people talking about him. Other people are saying, "Hey, we need Jameis Winston." I don't think so. I think Jameis Winston, he's going to cost you as many games as he wins you.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be great.
Now, I'm guessing he's busy, but what about AJ McCarron?
AJ McCarron, I don't think he's in the league. I think he's in the XFL or something.
Well, we took him out of the XFL last time.
Right.
You remember?
But look, all of that, let's be honest, probably nothing's going to happen. Probably nothing. Mm-hmm. So,
Supposedly, the rumor mill is that the Bengals were in discussions with the Giants this morning.
oh yeah, yeah. So I mean, I hope something happens.
I
in
think
the
it will, and I'll
meantime-
tell you why. Because Zach knows that the Cincinnati people, not the Browns, the Cincinnati people have him on the hot seat.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't start winning games, he knows his job's in danger. He knows that.
Yeah, he does. But so in the meantime, we have a game against the Detroit Lions.
The Lions.
And the
Barry
Detroit Lions-
Sanders and the Lions.
They used to be the laughing stock of the league,
Yeah.
but now they are a powerhouse. They
Now
have
they're the
been,
smiling stock.
They have been in the playoffs. They have gone deep into the playoffs. They have a coach that people love.
Yeah.
They have a team that lost their talented offensive coordinator. It keeps humming along. And they have gotten so big.
Big.
They listen to this. News of their success has reached the United Kingdom. And you have a podcast in the United Kingdom in English that is about the Lions, and we have the host of that podcast on the show.
Wow.
He's the
Wow.
host of the Rolling on the Lawn podcast about the Lions, Mr. Ash Soden. Welcome to the show.
Ash,
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
welcome.
So, Ash, you have seen probably some of the Bengals. You have seen them play.
Yeah.
And you know the Lions had a kind of a weird game against the Packers. Other than that, they've been pretty unstoppable
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah.
So tell us why you think the Bengals are actually going to defeat the Lions on Sunday.
What if he doesn't think that?
Well, I could see it happening as you guys probably know. We did play your divisional rivals, the Cleveland Stinkers, on Sunday at 1:00 in our own place. And both our starting outside corners, left the games with injury. So DJ Reed, who, apart from that week 1 game, as you mentioned, against the Packers, has been pretty damn good. Lockdown Zay Flowers, a receiver that you guys know pretty well, obviously, because he plays in Baltimore, held him to like 1 catch for 2 yards. He goes out with a hamstring injury trying to contest a catch with Jerry Jeudy. He might be going on IR. Our other starting outside corner, Terry Arnold, traded up in the first round last year with the Dallas Cowboys to get him, has had a bit of a rough start to his time in the league, playing a lot of man coverage, getting dinged for penalties. It's a bit ticky-tacky. He also goes out of the game with a shoulder injury tackling Quinton Junkins, and he didn't return, and he is supposedly going to miss this game. So just one way the Bengals are going to beat the Lions this week, which definitely could happen. It's if Higgins and Chase just abuse whoever's starting on the outside for us, which right now looks to be Amik Robertson, who's 5'10". And then the other side, you'll have Khalil Dorsey, who's a special teamer who gets thrust into some cornerback actions over the past couple of years because of injuries, but he's mostly just a tall, speedy guy, not really much as a corner. Or Rocky Sin, the reclamation project we've taken in free agency this year on a 1-year deal. He could be got at. And in the past couple of minutes, it's emerged that we've signed former Seattle Seahawk Trey Flowers to the practice squad as a cornerback, so he might be up and playing in that game. So there's one way the Bengals could beat us. It's attacking that deep game, really abusing those outside corners, because right now it might be open season on the outside for your receivers.
Ash,
Well,
one thing that we've noticed
yeah.
about teams that beat the Bengals and beat them handedly is that they tend to have a strong pass rush. Now, I haven't had the opportunity to watch the Lions. Tell me, where do you guys rank? How do you do? Should I be scared?
We currently are first in the league in sacks, which is a big. It's complicated because we've got Aiden Hutchinson, who,
Lord.
as many people remember from last year, Defensive Player of the Year candidate, was looking to run away with that when unfortunately he suffered the horrific leg break against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Lost him for the rest of the season. He's finally back last week. He had 2 forced fumbles, strip sacks of Joe Flacco. One was unfortunately called back for a holding penalty. The other one was picked up a return to the 5-yard line and set up one of our scores to really put the Browns to bed. On the other side, we've got Al-Qadim Mohammed, who we signed last year as one of the replacements for Aiden Hutchinson. He's popped off. He's currently got 3.5 sacks. He's up there in the top 5 for sacks currently in this season. We've got DJ Reader, who I know you guys will remember.
We miss him greatly.
Yeah. He's really pops off in the pass rush last week against the Browns' interior offensive line. We've got rookie Tyler Williams, who is also starting to pop off. But the thing it's the reason I'm hesitant to say that we're great at the pass rush is because we gave Joe Flacco nearly 3 seconds to time to throw on Sunday. While we can get the sacks, it's either we get the sacks or we get a hurry that's not really affecting the play, and you'll still be able to get the ball off. So it is going to be a case of if Hutch and El Kadim, if they don't get in there in the first 2.5 seconds, you guys are probably going to have a positive play come out of it because you'll be able to step up in the pocket, hopefully, and just deliver a ball and, as I say, abuse those outside corners who won't be able to cover for 2.5, 3 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, here's the thing. We talked about Jake Browning. He's kind of like out of control. If they let him play his game, which that's kind of what we saw at the beginning of when he was inserted into the starting lineup in 2023 and his first game this year, he just rips it. But then they're like, hey, Jake, maybe don't throw it into triple coverage so much. And then he's like, okay. And then he's just standing there looking at everybody and dumping it off. So
well, I mean, why you make it so complicated? It's not like he's some gunslinger. He's just not very good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really
Well,
the
he's
story.
not very good, but he has the confidence of a guy who's very, very good.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, we watched. I saw him throw it at somebody else's hands. Like there was like a lineman jumping up and just threw it right into his. Like, this is not a good quarterback, and that's fine. We can't all be good at everything, okay?
Right.
But we need somebody, who's good.
Well,
Ash. Who should the Bengals get? Think about someone who's available. You're our team now. Who would you get? Russell Wilson?
I got an outside shout with Brock Purdy maybe being back for the 49ers, and no, he won't perhaps play on Thursday night. But let's say you get through this week, 'cause obviously, if we've got the advantage there, I want to keep that.
Sure.
Mac Jones with the 49ers. He doesn't have that gunslinger mentality. He showed enough at Alabama to be drafted as high as he was. Now he's gone to that San Francisco system, and we've seen playing in that San Francisco system sometimes be a nice rejuvenator for players' careers. Look at Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I believe he went there for a bit, played in their system, infamously beat the Rams to screw us over the first seed in 2023. And he went to the Minnesota Vikings last year, absolutely balled out for them, drags their team from what feasibly should have been a 9-10 win team to pushing the Lions up until week 18, divisional shootout to be the number 1 seed in the NFC. And now he's gone obviously to Seattle and got a nice pretty pay packet there and is doing okay. Max Jones might be the kind of guy you need if you are doing more of this. You don't
Write
want
this
to
down.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Write this down.
with
Mac
Mac.
Jones. It's a great idea. Mac Jones. Write it down.
The reason I think with Russell Wilson, he's a veteran. He's never going to be valuable to them again this year. He's just not.
Sure.
I mean, they have another veteran backup in Jameis Winston, the Giants. And then they decided to go with the young guy as the
Why
starter.
do you always got to get the bargain bin? Mac Jones
I'm trying to think like the Bengals. There's a
But
reason
Mac
they were
Jones is a
interested.
better choice. Ash is smart.
I don't know if Ash is a smart.
Do you hear his accent?
That's true. Listen,
He comes from the real
speaking of
English-speaking land.
So, Ash, help us settle an argument. You are a Lions fan because of the royal emblem of Lions.
The crest. It's called the crest.
Is that true?
It's definitely part of the reason. So, as people quite rightly know, the lion is a big thing over here. It's part of our crest. Our English soccer, the soccer team, we are known as the Free Lions. Our women's soccer team's known as the Lionesses. But it's also because of just some personal connections, particularly to the city of Detroit. So back when I was picking my team, way back 10, 15 years ago, back in the realms when Madden Mobile was actually a good game to have on your phone. It wasn't just a glorified football where you can instantly have 100 rated cards and all this. I was stuck between the Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers because Birmingham, the city I'm from in England, is an industrial heartland city, famous for making cars, but we also have like Cadbury's chocolate. We were once one of the biggest gun exporters in the world with the gun quarter. We've got the jewelry quarter. A lot of industry over here in Birmingham. And then I was watching the Lions just to decide, and it was back when Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson were absolutely ripping defenses apart and all that. And I was like, I can just get behind this team. There's the history there, good players. Of course, as soon as I joined, we start going downhill. We start having the 9-7 seasons. We have that season infamously in 2016 where it looks like we might be going over the top. We might finally get there with Jim Caldwell. We've got him. We've got Stafford. We've got Marvin Jones. We've got Golden Tate. And then we play you guys, I believe it's week 15, and it just all falls apart. And then we infamously get beaten by the Seattle Seahawks in the playoffs, and we don't make the playoffs until 2022. But for me, that really sealed it. I think was just having that heartbreak. That heartbreak.
Desperation. That's why we're all Bengals fans. There was no other choice. It's either you follow the Bengals or you have nothing to do, really, on Sundays. I mean,
do you guys in England like American cars made in Detroit?
Oh yes, there's famously muscle. Definitely, there's one when I used to be shopping at university way back. There was a lovely pearlescent blue Ford Mustang that was also always parked outside the supermarket I used to shop at. And I was like, I really want to learn how to carjack so I can nick that one day and just have it for my own. But unfortunately, I had to come back home and I never learned how to carjack. So, and unfortunately, I'm stuck with my own two legs as my mode of transport, which is
we're glad you didn't learn that.
As fun.
We're glad you didn't learn that because you'd be in prison and then you wouldn't be here with us.
Right.
They might not have.
I want to mention it's the middle of the night over there. But Ash is so dedicated to the Lions. That
he loves them Lions.
So
shall we do predictions?
Yeah, I think we should do predictions. Ash, what's going to happen?
Ash, so the way it works with predictions is this. You tell us two things. Three things. Who's going to win, what's the score going to be, and who's going to be the player of the game.
Yes.
You're predicting the future.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a prognostication.
As much as I would love to come on here and say that I could see you guys winning, unfortunately, for the reason we discussed with the pass rusher now, I do see the Lions winning, continuing to build off that week 1 loss and actually avenge it. I could see us winning 31-10 because we always seemingly give up a first drive touchdown. It's 4 games. We've given up 4 touchdowns, even to the bloody Browns on Sunday. So I could see you guys getting that, and then we'll clamp down. And the play of the game, if Jake Browning is a turnover machine, then let's go with the lead leaguer in interceptions last year, Kirby Joseph, the guy whose jersey I am currently wearing on this show, because you saw what he did to Joe Flacco on Sunday. I can see him doing it again.
Well, can I just say, first of all, thank you. That was very generous, saying that we would have scored 10 points. That would be almost as much as we would have scored in the last 2 games. So we've scored 13 points in the last 2 games combined. That is very nice of you. And
we're not really a point kind of. We're not in it for the points.
We're not into the points, no.
No.
We're more like
spirit, team spirit.
Yeah, and avoiding penalties. But here's the thing. You have seen Jared Goff go from, I mean, let's be honest. The guy was included in the trade. Like the Rams, had to take draft capital to take on his contract. He was a negative contract. He had negative value. And now he's the guy who you think might get you to the Super Bowl. So you know all about redemption stories. So if Jake Browning, who was once a great high school player, can have a redemption story and come back just 10, 12 years later, and he can find it in him, then he could be the next Jared Goff.
Definitely. Well, you see it every year now. Sam Darnold, mentioned earlier, Geno Smith. Yeah. These all guys, Baker Mayfield.
Well, those guys were in really bad situations. Yeah. Those guys, I mean, Jake Browning, I don't think if he was playing with the Pro Bowl roster, receivers at least, it wouldn't be much of an upgrade. I mean, this guy has got to complete some passes. Come on.
He can't. He can't. He's not cut out for it.
I don't think it's fair because he has a disability. And I think the NFL needs to recognize this.
What's the disability?
He can't throw the ball.
It's not a disability.
Accurately. It is a disability. Some people can, some people cannot.
I think it's the mustache.
He needs a mustache?
No, he has one. But it's not thick enough.
Not thick enough. Well, Dr. Hoji, what's your prediction?
My prediction. Okay, so as our friend Ash might know, one thing the Bengals are good at is providing highlights for other teams. If you ever go back and watch highlight reels, basically from the 80s until today, and you see someone doing an amazing pass or some long run or a great interception, you in the background you'll see some, really tortured Bengals player watching everything fall apart. That's what we do best, Ash. This Detroit Lions team is currently thought of as maybe a top 5 team in the NFL, but I think that's an underestimation. I think it is a top 1 team. I think this is the best team in the NFL today right now, especially with the fall of the Chiefs and other teams. I think this is the best you get. And I think what you're going to see is a blaze of lightning and thunder and all kinds of victory where the Detroit Lions will pummel and stomp on and really embarrass the Cincinnati Bengals when they play. And I tell you who's going to be the player of the game, because I think this is going to be his time to shine, though he shined enough, but he's going to get to really shine against this team because of our weak offensive line. And that's Aiden Hutchinson. Now, Aiden Hutchinson, Ash, as you might know, of course you know, he's a Leo. And he's a Leo on the Lions. And so what that does cosmologically, Ash, is it multiplies the Leonicity, the Leoness of Aiden Hutchinson. He becomes more than a lion. He becomes like that character in the cartoons, Lionel, who was a man lion and who could eat people. Hold on, I'm not done. So Aiden Hutchinson will have the game of his lifetime. And it's going to happen right now against the Cincinnati Bengals. It's about to happen, the game of his lifetime. You're going to see him sack and destroy and force fumbles in a way where when his grandchildren want to watch a rerun game, they're going to watch this game. The score, Aiden, will be 78 Lions, 0 Bengals. That is my horoscope.
Well, thank you, Dr. Hoji. And it is very bold of you to predict Aiden Hutchinson is going to have the greatest game you've ever seen, considering, again, you've never seen him play. So that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah. But I have seen Ryan Gosling, your quarterback, in all kinds of stuff, Ash. And I think he's great. I loved him in the Stuntman movie. He's wonderful.
So, Ash, the thing is this. On this show, everybody generally thinks that, they know that I predict the Bengals. And it's not a gimmick. I really do think they're going to win. But at the same time, I have to be objective. I have to report the facts.
He's a journalist,
And
Ash.
I'm a journalist. And this is this is as lopsided of a game as we've had.
As my breasts are. But I'm getting it fixed.
Yeah. Yes. And it's going to be just as ugly. And so
before and
after.
after.
So Ash, here's the thing, okay? The Bengals, right? They don't know what to do. They're at home. They can't put up another stinker with 3 points. They can't do that.
No.
They have to score, but they cannot score because Jake Browning has a disability, and nobody wants to recognize that. So I see it being an utter, epic collapse.
Oh, God.
For the Cincinnati Bengals. An absolute, utter, and tragic collapse. I'm sorry, Victoria Mitchell. Please take a deep breath. But that is just what's going to happen. And
utter collapse of the Bengals.
they are going to have an utter collapse.
Oh, my God.
And the final score will be 38. Cincinnati 38 and the Lions 31. That is my prediction.
Wait a second.
I know. It really hurts me to have to say that.
Now, if what you say about them falling apart and having a collapse is true, then why did you predict them to win by 7 points? That makes no sense.
Actually, this is the problem when we don't have people who actually know the English language on the show, but you do. So I want you, please, to explain to him in clear English why I'm saying that.
Ash,
Well, if it's going to be a collapse, and it's going to be you guys get up early to say we give up all those scores, and then for some reason, so mad happens. Let's say, I don't know, a meteor strikes the stadium. We have to call off the game for an hour, and then suddenly our offensive coordinator John Morton up there, protected in his lovely skybox with his arm up against the window, he's able to come up with some master plan to try and get us back into the game. You give up all those 31 points in the last 5 minutes of the game, but you still we just run out of time. We can't score that last touchdown to force overtime. We can't do what the Packers and the Cowboys did on Sunday night. We can't have that boring goal tie. We collapse as well. We kneel and let you have the win because we give up. You're too much for us.
He's talking about an act of God.
Yeah. Look, Ash,
is that what you meant?
No, I'm sorry. I thought it is a lot simpler. Yeah, it's a lot simpler.
Okay, so, please explain.
Okay, it's a home game. They're going to be scoring a lot of touchdowns.
Who is?
5 touchdowns. The Bengals.
The Bengals at home in the jungle.
Jumping into the stands, right?
Right.
Getting hugs from the fans.
That doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah.
Go on.
And so when you jump into the stands and they hug you and they catch you, and you fall in their laps, okay? You and them are having a collapse together.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. What is a collapse?
You are in their lap. They're in your lap. It's
two laps are connected. Oh, wow. Yeah. How do they not see that? It's so obvious.
That's what I'm saying. It's just clear. Ash, I mean, it's a common phrase in the UK. So you have a collapse is when you're just going to be celebrating. You're going to be jumping into each other's arms.
You're going to be in each other's laps.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, of course. Well, you can tell it's late because I just completely just slipped my mind away.
No, he threw you off. He threw you off. Dr. Hoji
and the player of the game, Daddy? Hopefully Russell Wilson.
The player of the game is going to be Jamar Chase. He is not happy. He is going to do something about it. He's going to have 200 yards receiving. Absolutely 200 yards receiving.
Okay.
But listen, I just want to say that I want to thank the people in the chat, especially Victoria Mitchell, for making it very lively.
We missed you, and I didn't know Victoria looked like Beyonce.
Yeah, but I want to thank our patrons and our patron of the week for the, I think, 12th week running, Kyle P. But if you want to be on the Patreon of the week, you can just go to patreon.com/DHSports. You can donate there.
Support the show.
Yes. And obviously you would get all of our music. You would get like the song that Dr. Hoji just sang.
Yeah.
You would get all of our Patreon songs. You can see them over there. And we upload them. And they're absolutely free.
Absolutely free.
100% free for anybody who becomes a paid subscriber. When you pay, you no longer need to pay for the songs. You just pay to be in the club. And you can go here. Obviously, that's the patreon.com. That's our webpage. You can go there. And you can.
And you know what's funny is we're so generous, Ash. The website doesn't even allow you to pay for the songs once you've paid to be a patron. Like, you pay to be a patron, and then that's it. We just give you the songs for free. We give you the songs.
Yeah, you just got to keep paying every month. But in addition to that, obviously, you can go to iTunes, leave us a 5-star review. We only have a few of them. We need those. Yeah. We need them. Because we are the #1 Bengals podcast, but...
Because, the FCC has threatened to cancel us, not because of anything inappropriate, but because we suck.
Well, but also... I want everybody to go and listen to the ROTL, that is on the UK podcast. It is everywhere.
ROTL podcast. Roar. It stands for Roar of the Lion.
Lions podcast.
Lion podcast.
And really, I want to thank Ash so much for being on the show.
I do too.
And that's all I got.
Ash, can I come there if things kind of get bad over here?
Yeah, definitely. Especially on Sunday, I believe we'll be doing a live watch along for the game. Me and one of my co-hosts, Matt, who is definitely a lovely guy. can do. He does all the play-by-play, I do all the other stuff. So if you guys need somewhere to, a nice welcoming place to come watch the game and,
No, I meant
chill out
forever.
and tease him.
I meant-
yeah, definitely.
Refugee.
My aunt's got. I'm at my aunt's spare my house right now. She's got a spare room. We can happily
Perfect.
set up the sofa bed for you.
So
I'm
hospitable.
coming.
He actually is. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. So long, sweetie. Pies.